Hey everybody, Foxy here with the first Fearless Action Hour of today. And I was thinking about what I would share with you. And I was thinking about, I was at this workshop today and the concept of playing the game, it's called Game On, is the workshop. And one of the speakers was talking about how you're playing the game. So picking what game you're going to play, deciding that you're going to play it, and then deciding how you're going to show up, and what kind of player you're going to be. That was the question that really struck me, is what kind of role am I going to take on in this game? Am I going to be a player in this game? Am I going to be a coach in this game? Am I going to be a bystander? Am I going to watch people play the game? Or am I going to be a judge in the game? There's different positions that people play. And if you think about a soccer field, I played soccer. If you think about a soccer field, you have all your different players. You have your forward, you have your halfbacks, you have your defenders, you have your goalie. There's the referees, there's the coaches, there's the parents watching, cheering you on, right? What role am I taking on in my game? And I thought about that, and I think I take on a lot of these roles. I'm definitely a coach for others in their game. I definitely am a parent sitting on the sideline cheering my kids on in their game. And who am I in my game? Who am I in my game? Am I a forward? Am I a halfback? Am I a defender? Where am I? Am I the one who wants the ball and to make the goals? Am I happy to stand back and, be of assistance? Or am I a defender? Am I standing at the goal there to defend any efforts in that other player coming to make a goal on us, and that for the goalie as well, right? And just kind of thinking of it in that concept, I would say for the most part I've been a halfback or a defender. I haven't really been the one that's been willing to take the ball and run with it and go for the goal. And there's been moments, I would say definitely there's been moments where I have been willing to be that forward. But I would say probably for the majority, I am that one standing in the back, on the defensive, right? Just waiting for something to come and, wanting to be prepared for when that thing comes to be able to deflect it, right? And how are you on your soccer field? Are you a forward? Are you a halfback? Are you a defender? Are you the goalie? What position are you playing? In your own game, are you sitting on the sidelines? I usually do a theater analogy, and how in our lives are we playing supporting roles? Are we in the chorus? When we're contributing to a community, those roles, or a play, right? Those roles are necessary. Each character plays a part in the presentation of a play. But when it is your play, your life, how are you showing up? And I talk about, taking center stage and being that leading lady and owning who you are, and owning that you are the one in control of your life. You are the most important character to your play. and you have chorus, you have supporting roles, you have the people doing tech and lighting, and right in your play, you have your support, and you can be support in somebody else's play, but when it's yours, are you standing up and taking the lead role? Are you taking the lead part? So in the soccer analogy, are you being the forward? Are you being the MVP? Are you being the team captain? Or are you setting back? Are you waiting for the challenges to come instead of going out and getting in front of them? So that was my idea for today, inspired by Game On workshop that I'm attending this weekend. So I will pause and be back at the end. Hey everybody, it's Foxy back at the bottom of the first Fearless Action Hour, and we were talking about being a forward in our lives, going after the goal, being willing to take on that role, and how are we showing up in our life? Are we the leading lady? Are we the support role in our own life? In our own life, we can be those things, those other things in others' lives, of course, but in our own life, we need to own that center stage, own that spotlight, own that leading lady or leading guy in our own lives. And what does that look like? What does being a forward and going after the goal look like? What does being the leading lady in your life look like? And I really think that it is putting yourself, your needs, your desires above those of others. And that sounds selfish, but it's not, because when we take care of ourselves, we can then take care of others. When we take care of ourselves, we have energy, we are healthy, we have the mental capacity to process things and have in-depth conversations and do those things that we want to be able to do that currently we're not able to do because we are not putting ourselves first. And we beat ourselves up and we say that we're not doing enough, why can't we do this right? Why can't we do that? And it's because we're not taking care of ourselves that we're not doing it. It's because we're not taking care of ourselves that we feel we are falling short, or we are overwhelmed, or we are whatever. It's because we're not taking care of ourselves. If we would take care of ourselves, then we would be able to step out of our comfort zone more easily. We'd be able to take those stretches. We'd be able to move into those risks. We'd be able to step into those die zones. We'd be able to be fearless because we were taking care of ourselves. When we are full, when our tank is full, then we can do more. We can be more. We can say more. We can express more. We can do more. And so taking care of ourselves is not selfish. I hope you hear me. It is not selfish to take care of ourselves. It is necessary. It is necessary to take care of ourselves, because for us to show up in the way that we want to show up, for us to be givers, for us to be of service, for us to be good moms, good coaches, good at whatever it is we do, we have to be full. And the only way to get full is to fill it ourselves. We can't depend on others to fill our cup or our tank. We have to be able and know how to fill our tank ourselves. Are other people going to put into our cup and our tank? Yes, but it is no one else's responsibility to fill our tank except for us. We are in charge of filling our own tank, and we are in charge of knowing what those things are that will fill our tank and giving those things priority on a daily basis so that we are continually filling our tank. Because every time that we give, it depletes us. It's just a fact. Energy, it takes energy to give energy. And if we are always of service, we are constantly giving of our energy. So how do we keep ourselves from being empty? We are also constantly filling our tank. And so when you think about, okay, I have this and this and this today, that are all going to take energy. So what can I schedule that will give me back that energy? So when that next thing comes along, I'm not empty. When that next thing comes along, I'm not half empty. I am not depleted. So I can give to this next thing from a full tank as well. And I think that I know I do. I forget that so often, that when I have a moment to give, I love giving. I love doing these recordings. I love being a vessel to hold space for anyone who shows up during these hours. Yet it takes energy to hold space. It takes energy to show up. So what am I doing on my Thursdays to make sure that I am full to give from an full tank, or to give from what I call your overflow, that you are so full, you are spilling over with energy to give, with nourishment, with guidance, with spirituality, with whatever it is that you give. You are overflowing with it. And so you can easily and freely give it to others. That is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So when you have those moments on your schedule where you know you're going to be giving, because sometimes things just pop up and you got to give, right? So we always want to be full regardless. Right? We always want to be consistently filling ourselves back up. But when we know something is coming up where we're going to need to give a lot of energy to it, have something scheduled before and after that is going to fill you back up, fill you up for doing it, fill you back up after doing it. Take care of yourself. Take responsibility for taking care of you. I know for the longest time, and even still, I get into victim mode. Oh, I have to do this and I have to do that and I have to do this and I have to do that. And I'm so tired and nobody takes care of me, blah, blah, blah. It is my responsibility to take care of me. My responsibility to take care of me. So if I am feeling drained, it is my fault, not anybody else's, right? So it's time for me to ask, okay, what can I do right now to fill myself up? What can I do right now to have more energy, to do those things that I need to do to be able to show up how I want to show up? What do I need to do to fill myself back up to be able to do those things? All right. So I want you to ask yourself that question too. I'll be back in hour 2.